South Africa's presidency of the G20 provides an opportunity for the Global South to push for the transformation of global financial systems. The UN says it stands ready to support South Africa in ensuring that its leadership for this group is a success. SABC News international news editor Sophie Mokoena spoke to the United Nations Deputy Secretary General Dr. Amina Mohammed on this issue.
Let's first of all step back a bit. The last 4 leaderships have been from the South, and South Africa will represent the last of the 5. And it's very important that we consolidate on all the efforts that have been made by the Global South in order to get the issues of the developing world on the agenda, particularly the economic agenda, the global economic agenda. We will be expecting, as we have heard from President Ramaphosa at the General Assembly, a reinforcement of the agreements in the Pact on International Financial Architecture, focusing on many areas, including debt, access to credit, to the markets, so that we are able to get the investments, as everyone else is, to have the development of our power systems, the development of our food systems. So really focusing on the financing, focusing on what it means to have a just transition. We must underscore that just means that transition is not a quick fix. It is one that has to be invested in, and we have to look at the jobs that it will create, the peace, because once there is prosperity, people have less time to find the conflicts and more time to look at the hope and the aspirations that they have. The UN will be supporting from the country teams that we have here, but also from New York, the efforts that the UN, that the G20 will require of South Africa's leadership. I know that they've underscored that solidarity is one, inequalities is another, sustainable development. This shapes what will then give out to priorities for South Africa, and that we're very much looking forward to, so that we can continue to support you.
The transformation of the multilateral institutions, particularly the ones that deals with issues of financing, is a thorny issue. With the G20 coming to South Africa in the sub-Sahara, a poor region, do you think it will be important to really push for better conversations around that?
Yes, I mean, the Secretary General created the leadership, the leaders group, which support the SDG stimulus. South Africa is a member of that, because we are pushing to see how the multilateral development banks, the international financial institutions, can also be reformed to better deliver the resources they've got, but also to be capitalized with amounts that will give us the billions to trillions that are needed for development. And these have been areas that have been reinforced in the Pact for the Future. But let's also remember that next year we will have the financing for development. So the leadership of South Africa is coming at a time when we will have the financing for development in June. And what we hope is to take all these efforts and have more agreements and implementation of those agreements in the coming years.